Fate loves the fearless. Books are the bees which carry the quickening pollen from one to another mind. All the beautiful sentiments in the world weigh less than a single lovely action. A wise man travels to discover himself. Democracy gives every man the right to be his own oppressor. The mind can weave itself warmly in the cocoon of its own thoughts, and dwell a hermit anywhere. A sneer is the weapon of the weak. Whatever you may be sure of this, that you are dreadfully like other people. Mishaps are like knives, that either serve us or cut us, as we grasp them by the blade or by the handle. Nature fits all her children with something to do. He who would write and can't write, can surely review. Not what we give, but what we share, for the gift without the giver is bare. The nurse of full-grown souls is solitude. Solitude is as needful to the imagination as society is wholesome for the character. There is no good arguing with the inevitable. The only argument available with an east wind is to put on your overcoat. At the devil's booth are all things sold. Each ounce of dross costs its ounce of gold. No man can produce great things who is not thoroughly sincere in dealing with himself. A wise skepticism is the first attribute of a good critic. Even as the roots, shut in the darksome earth, share in the treetops' joyance, and conceive of sunshine and wide air and winged things, by sympathy of nature, so do I. Joy comes, grief goes, we know not how. The surest plan to make a man is, think him so. The foolish and the dead alone never change their opinion. Things always seem fairer when we look back at them, and it is out of that inaccessible tower of the past that longing leans and beckons. An appeal to the reason of the people has never been known to fail in the long run. On Lincoln, a profound common sense is the best genius for statesmanship. In creating the only hard things to begin, he chooses his language for its rich cannorousness rather than for intensity of meaning. Democracy has a habit of making itself generally disagreeable by asking the powers that be, at the most inconvenient moment, whether they are the powers that ought to be. A weed is no more than a flower in disguise. There is no better ballast for keeping the mind steady on its keel, and saving it from all risk of crankiness, than business. Of courage and security from every sort of it would have evaporated beyond recall. We should be irrevocably cut. It was in making education, not only common to all, but in some sense compulsory on all, that the destiny of the free republics of America was practically settled. Puritanism, believing itself quick with the seed of religious liberty, laid, without knowing it, the egg of democracy.